When Snow and I began this journey 6 years ago, we didn't know what it would look like. We started putting pins on the map, bucket list items, points of interest, hidden gems. These are what most people or tourists call destinations. We quickly learned to connect the dots, scouring the map for the most passable routes for our big van, which is also our tiny house. We now call these spaces between the dots the journey. This is where real life exists. The people, the culture, the flora, the fauna, the food, the farming, the way of life in its most natural state. The destination is often manicured and organized, while the journey leads us to the raw, the untamed, and to the unexpected. And although this West African trail has been our biggest challenge by far, sometimes leaving us frightened, anxious, tired, frustrated, and even bewildered, we're still drawn to this captivating journey as we push forward to our next destination. And although we may not catch it on video, so many times through this journey on the most difficult trail, Snow or I just blurt out, "Wow." Wow. Fascinated by the unimaginable and intrigued by the unknown that is West Africa. We are travelers, and we embrace the journey.
In our last episode, we left y'all when we were about 3 hours from the border, where we will be leaving Liberia and headed into the Ivory Coast. That is where we pick up right now. We are about 3 hours from the border. We did just stop off for a water stop. We have had a hard time finding drinkable water here. We don't like to do it, but we just had to buy several big water bottles that we can pour into our tank. Not the big 5-gallon ones, that's the ones we were trying to find. But we had to buy like 1.5 liter size bottles. And we found some in a store, like a little market street coming through a small sized town, bigger than a village, but not a city. As much as we would love to take our cameras up in there and film that for you, it's just not something we could do. We draw enough attention ourselves when we drive up in the van, and honestly, when we get out and we have the white skin, we just get enough attention. We don't need to be putting a camera in people's faces.
Well, it's also busy and chaotic.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people coming and going and paying
But I did stay in the van, and we were parked close enough. I was able to watch Curt with the camera, get a little bit of the action. Just know that's why we don't take y'all into those markets. It's just a chaos. It's just too much. It's hard enough just to walk through there and buy water, isn't it, Curt?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind carrying a camera in there. It's just too busy and crazy.
Yeah, there's too much going on.
Most people, when we film, are fascinated. They want to see the camera. They want to see the stuff. Most of them, they want to be on film, but it's just so chaotic and crowded.
But we got, it looks like 18 1.5 liter bottles. That'll get us, we're not going to run out. That is good. We're going to get to the border, and if you didn't watch our last episode, you may not know we are still having problems with our van, with the turbo, how there's an air leak or something, and we are laser focused on getting to Abidjan, which is the capital city of Ivory Coast, where we will get it looked at for a third time, and hopefully third time's a charm. Every time it gets a little better.
Yes.
So maybe this time we'll get it all the way fixed. We hope, we think it's just one O-ring that's not quite the right size. But we also have to get our Ghana visa there. And the Ghana visa is one of the hard ones to get on this journey. Ghana and Nigeria are difficult, and you have to jump through some hoops. We will be doing that. So Let's cross the border, get as far as we can today, and hopefully make it all the way to the capital city of Ivory Coast by tomorrow, which is still probably, what, 12 hours away? 10 hours away? It's a ways away. So that's what's going on. You're caught up. Let's get to the border. For the past 3 hours, we've just been driving, getting to the border. We went through lots of cool little rural towns, lots of police checkpoints and immigration checkpoints, and they do it a bit different. You hand over your passport and they keep it for a little bit and then they give it back and you move on. Some of them you go inside, some of them they bring it to your car. But we went through lots of bridge detours. The road was mostly good, but some of the detours were like, whoo-wee. But we made it through, I'd say, about 10 of those in a race to the border. The border closes at 7, but they start shutting down at 6:30 and don't let more people in. We pulled into the Liberia border to check out at like 5:58, and it was a race. We got checked out of there. Everybody was super kind, like people had been in Liberia for the most part. And then they told us, run, run, run. They're going to close the other side. And we had to zoom across the bridge. I think we may have been the last ones across the bridge to get to the border checkpoints for Ivory Coast. Our passports are stamped in. Curt is up there right now getting the van stamped in. And it is 6:25. We cut it really, really close. But we made it. Now, I will wait till Curt gets back to find out that the van is stamped in with our carnet de passage, our new paperwork, before we do the official welcome. But I believe we're in our 41st country in the van, and mine and Curt's 50th country overall. But we got to wait for Curt to get in the van. Hopefully, we don't have to sleep here at the border checkpoint, literally in between two countries. So let's see how he does. Is it official?
It is official.
Welcome to...
Where are we at?
Ivory Coast.
Wow, what a whirlwind, guys.
I told him it was crazy.
A buzzer beater.
Look at that. 3 minutes. 3 minutes, guys.
And when I walked up to the aduana, he told me in French, I'm sorry, but we're closed.
Oh.
And I understand enough French to know what he was saying. And I was like shocked. I was like, and then he said, I'm just kidding, have a seat. But he said the next 27 kilometers are terrible.
Well,
so, but then once we get to the town, I forget what the name of the town
starts
is.
with a D, I think.
Yeah, then it gets good.
All right, let's go, guys. Let's go, because now we're up against sunset. And we're hoping we can get through the bad part of the road before the sun sets, and it'll be good enough that we can drive on to we have 3 campsite options picked out, depending on how far we can get. So, whoo-wee! Curdy, our 50th country overall, 41st in the van.
It's crazy, and it's about to get crazier because it's getting dark, the sun's going down, and we got to take on the worst road here in this country now.
Well, let's do it. Maybe they build up their milk and they get milked first thing in the morning. They build it up throughout the day.
Got a baby in it.
Possible.
Oh, right here is the turn. Oh boy.
Ooh.
There is nothing good looking about this.
Well, that's what we've got to do. I think you go that way. Okay.
I think I'm gonna straddle it.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can. It was a little too wide.
What do you think here?
That way, and I don't
Left?
know. I don't know. This
That's
lane's
a
pretty intense. Go this way, yeah. I don't know. Go over that little peak. Yeah, no. Okay, here's gonna be.
Straddle.
Oh, Jesus.
The straddle technique. Use the straddle.
Go that way. Okay.
We're gonna use the straddle when we get dip here, but we're straddling. I like the straddle. A lot of people don't like the straddle.
Well,
but I
straddle
like the
works
straddle.
good unless you come up on a spot you can't straddle.
Well, I know.
So
but
far,
that's why
so good.
I stopped and looked at it. This is a tough one right here.
It's okay.
I think I gotta do this.
I do too. You think it's like this the whole way?
Yeah, I do. 27 kilometers. I think it's like this.
Okay.
But that's a hill.
Yeah.
So
With water going down.
that's
it, so
Banyo.
Well. Guineas. Guinea fowls. What do you do here?
I guess you can straight. Thank you. Go this way. Thanks. I thought you had to turn on and go a weird way, kind of.
We came to an intersection, and Google was clearly telling us to go straight, which looked like a really bad, very narrow road. And then there was a road that went off to the left that looked like a little bit better road, still not a good road. But if you look on the satellite image, this road ends like
It's
right
a
up
dead
here
end.
and a few hundred meters from where we're at now. But every local was like blowing their horn and pointing us, no, you go this way, you go this way. So we are trusting local intel, going 100% against Google because she thinks the road ends in 300
There's nothing
meters.
on the Google. There's
Yeah.
nothing on the Google.
Yeah, not on the satellite either. So in 300 meters, we're going to know if we got to turn around and go back, or if this road wraps around or does something. And I mean, everyone was like, no, go that way, that way. And I think we've read that somewhere, haven't we, Curt?
I don't know, but I can tell you right now, we're against the sun. And so I hope this is the right way, because otherwise we go back to the border and sleep at the border.
All right.
And this is taking us downhill.
It's okay.
Uh.
There's still a road. It's still a road where she wants us to turn around in 70 meters, and there is still a road. Okay. I think we did the right thing. You got a little bump here.
Well, all the locals, they were like, no, 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 go this way, go this way.
So this has to be some sort of a new road or something. This is where she would have wanted us to make the U-turn, because she thought the road ended, and she is very confused because now there's no road for her to put us on. So we just have to hope this road catches back up to the
there's
other
a road up here.
Yeah, I think we're going to connect up here.
There's even lights on this road.
All right, Google lady, you got to get caught up. Google, if you're listening, which you probably are, there is a road right here. All right, that doesn't mean it's a good road, guys. We've still got a long ways to go. A few bumps on my side here.
But yeah, I did think we had to turn and go to a town up this way. So Google, we're about to where Google knows there's a road.
See if she picks it up.
Recording. 3 channels starting.
There we go. She got it.
There should be 3 people behind us because they were crossing too.
Oh, they were going the other way, but
Oh, were they?
I believe so.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
I think we can do it. I don't know. And we have to. He's going to try to come through, so you got to let him come through.
All right, guys. This is what we just came up into.
and it looks like the semi is stuck. I don't think we can get around, and well, I don't know what the situation is here. We got to go up and look at this. I don't even know if we can make it through this. So it's definitely mud through here, and I think these guys are just broken down. You can see why in rainy season there's no way you can make it through this area. This will be a tough spot either way. Some of these holes here are 1.5 feet, and it looks like there's logs across the road right here to stabilize it. And there's no way we can get around. No way, is there? Here, this is it. So this would be the route around right here. That looks bad. How long? Hour? Battery? Hour? Day? 2 days? Oh, okay. Wow. Right here, though.
Slowly.
You think? Yeah? All right, they had engine problems, battery problems, and they just cranked it. So maybe they can get out of the way. The only alternative would be to go around. And I'm looking at this right here, and this is a super steep slope for the van. I think I can make it up over this slope, but then we would tilt back the other way. If you can see how far that slopes, it's a pretty steep slope. And then over there, it gets real bouncy. So I want to watch these guys come through here and see how bad these mud holes are. There's logs across the road back there to stabilize it, but this is mud. So I want to see how far these guys sink and what happens as these guys come through. Wow, guys, this is intense.
All right, guys, they made it through, so we're gonna have to go through the same thing. They need some water. We're gonna give them a couple chugs of water, and yeah, we're gonna be on our way. We're gonna have to try to make it through that mess. All right, guys. All right, guys, take care. Thanks. You're welcome. This is not that bad, believe me. It's yeah.
I'm just gonna not look.
Should I put it in low?
I don't know.
It's not that bad, hon. Really, it's not. It looks wetter than it is, mostly because they wetted it up. Yeah, that's the logs.
Okay. Come this way, go through the rocks. Go your way a little. Okay. Okay, obstacle 1 finished. Now let's see what else this road has in store for us. If the sun is gone, that definitely we are now in the dark. Go that way here, where you don't try to straddle it, I don't think. I think you got plenty of room on your side. Way a little big holes over here. Okay. Alright. Speak English good enough to tell you if that was the worst spot?
I didn't even ask. I was more worried about
Yeah.
trying to have to go around those guys. To be honest, that had me freaked out. When I saw them go through there, I wasn't too worried about that. I mean, I knew it wasn't going to be fun, but I knew we could make it through. They didn't. That big heavy truck didn't really sink down in the mud that much, so I knew.
Well, and if they've made it this far, we can make it. Hopefully it just...
As I said, guys, good thing those guys that got their truck started, we gave them a couple bottles of water. They were parched. They were extremely gracious and thankful. But by me seeing the truck go through there, showed me the route. I knew it was going to be bumpy. We put it in 4-wheel drive. Snow was nervous. She didn't see the semi truck go through there. I knew it didn't sink down in the mud so bad. And, you know, it wasn't easy, but I was really, really concerned about having to go around that truck. I think if that truck wouldn't have got cranked, we would have turned around and slept at the border and tried again the next day. So hopefully that's the worst spot. As Snow said, it's starting to get dark. The street lights are on. I can't believe there's street lights on this road. I mean, it's absolutely insane. We've hardly seen any street lights anywhere. And once we get up to this town, though, the road is supposed to be paved all the way to Abidjan. So hopefully that's the worst bit. We don't know. We're still on a dirt road. It's still getting darker, but we're moving forward.
Rocks everywhere. We're gonna turn right up here, hopefully.
pets down here. Not a lot of dogs either.
There's another kid. Maybe they just come out at night. Nope, that was a little dog. All the bugs out there. Your way. We'll just stick it on.
Stop and make sure this is the right way.
I don't know. You could ask. Best way to get to the big.
They speak French.
Oh yeah.
Hola, bonjour. The français is no good, but pero, mira,
To man. This way to man.
the man this way or back this way?
Go back.
Go back and go that way to man? Okay, that way. Okay,
Merci.
thank you.
Merci.
Merci. Okay,
I think
merci.
you can maybe turn around up
Yeah.
there.
Turn around. Okay, thank you.
Let's see behind you. There you go. I think you can see. There you go. Bonjour. Bonsoir.
Bonjour, bonsoir. Au revoir. Merci. Go up here and take a left, right?
What?
Ah, thank you.
Merci.
Merci. Is that right here,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I do too. There's a road here that goes all the way to the big road.
Yeah. You want to ask these guys?
Bonsoir. Me français is bad. Man? To man? That way? No? Yes.
The man?
Man.
Okay.
Merci. Merci. Au revoir. Okay. Oh, I didn't need it.
Video protected.
How about that 6 cents for
Yeah, it did feel a little weird when we were going by it too. But you followed through with the weirdness.
me? Well, it's the time of night when you can't take a chance.
Nothing is Google ain't gonna dig it up, I don't think.
Sorry, I'm trying to.
No, we probably should have left at the border. We were just being too ambitious.
Well, we're in it now, so
Yeah.
we gotta make the best of it.
Trying to beat sunset is a long, long lost wish. Now we're just trying to find pavement. And Google is definitely very confused through here. We came up on a town and she had us going straight. It just didn't feel quite right to Curt. So we stopped, we asked some locals, and of course, I don't know if we've told you this yet, but we have left the English-speaking countries. The Ivory Coast speaks French again. So we did our best to ask which way to go, and the locals told us turn around. No, you have to take the other road. So we turned around, much to the amusement of some neighborhood kids, and I went back up and we stopped and asked another group of locals when it was time to turn off, just to confirm we were going the right way. And all of those locals say this way to man. Now when we turned, Google once again did not know there was a road there, but we could see a little bit of a road on the satellite. So we followed the locals' advice again, and we went a little ways, and then Google has finally caught up, and we think that may have actually cut about 30 minutes off of our journey on the dirt roads, and possibly saved us from having to turn around, you know, getting somewhere where our van wouldn't go. So yes, it's dark, we are safe, but we still don't have a campsite. You know, we have some options that we found and marked on Google, but we got to get to one. But first thing we got to do, Curt, is what?
Get to asphalt.
Get to the
asphalt. We got to make sure we don't have any more really terrible places on this road, and we'll see.
Yeah, we haven't passed any other cars except for when we were up there by the semi that was broke down. These are all motos through here, and these are small villages and rural local folks. So let's hope that
we're strangers in a strange land.
Yes, we are. Let's hope we get to pavement soon, and then we can focus on a campsite. But I'm super excited we get to bring you along on this adventure with us. Right, Curt?
Yeah.
We don't want y'all missing any of this stuff.
Buckle up, guys.
If you liked this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It really helps us a lot. And if you want to see more of our videos, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you know when new videos come out. We'll see you guys in a few days from somewhere out here in the world. Cheers.